Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Negotiations are underway in the city of Anaheim whether the Angels will stay or go at Anaheim Stadium, and they're trying to bring a little decorum back to the process at the city council meetings. Just a couple of the things we're going to be talking about now with the Mayor Pro Tem, Gail Eastman. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Leslie.
City council meetings have deconstructed into some hate-filled diatribes sometimes by the people who get up to speak. And city councils across the county are trying to figure out how they're going to get the upper hand on this. What are you trying to do to bring decorum back to the city council meetings?
Well, I've been working with our city attorney, and he has actually come up with several solutions. And one is a reinforcement of our current, we have a decorum policy, but it was something that is just there in the codes. And we've started recently to have our clerk read the decorum policy, so that everyone in the audience sort of knows up front what we expect, or we expect them not to do or to do as they come forward. You know, every council or every public body, I think, has the gadflies that come. But we've had a lot more than just the gadflies. We've had a lot of activists that have a particular position, and things have degenerated into a lot of people name calling.
So how do you make that distinction between allowing someone to have their right to their free speech and not allowing hateful speech to get out of hand?
Well, it is one of those things that you struggle with, because where do you draw a line? And I think that the biggest thing that I understand in law, that where the line's been drawn, is fighting words. And there are a number of words that you can use that basically are considered fighting words, and that's been proven in court. So when someone starts using racial epithets, or the kinds of sexist words that, and I don't even want to use those.
So against a race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation, or threats. Those are things that you have to come to deal with. Another big issue that's on the table for you, the Angels negotiations. Are the Angels going to stay at Anaheim Stadium? And what are the big topics on the table that you're negotiating?
Well, I think the Angels will stay. I think the Angels want to stay in Anaheim, but it's dependent on whether we can come to the table and work out an agreement that works for them and works for the city.
What are the sticking points?
You know, I'm not aware of any particular sticking points right now. We're that early in the conversation. What we've done is we approved an extension on their opt-out for a couple of years, so that we can have a thoughtful, extended negotiation. We approved some MOUs, which gave some just bare outline. But really, that process was aimed at just making this a good faith, that we really do want them to stay here, and we're willing to talk about all of these points.
And it's a process that will go on for at least a year. Now, we just have 30 seconds left, but there's a gift of history that we'd like to tell everybody about going on in Anaheim.
Well, we do, and we just did on the 7th of November, an event called Gift of History. And the Gift of History is a gift of history education for all of the third graders in Orange County, where they come together. Over 15,000 of them came to Anaheim Stadium, and we presented them with an hour-long history lesson. And then they left the stadium and they took with them the gift, which is a book called Nothing Rhymes with Orange, that is written specifically to address Orange County's history.
So you're helping kids understand that it hasn't always been this way. Gail Eastman, thanks so much for coming and talking with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Leyton.